Hello, it's Weekend Handicapper from weekendhandicapper.com. In this video, we're going to provide picks and analysis for the 2021 Risen Star at Fairgrounds, a race that is on the road to the Kentucky Derby. So let's get going. Let's look at each of these horses one by one, and I'll give you my picks and plays at the very end. So the Risen Star, it's a Derby prep race on the road to the Kentucky Derby. So these horses are trying to earn enough points to get into the starting gate for the Kentucky Derby. It's race number 13. A lot of races at the Fairgrounds on Saturday, February 13th. And this is race number 13. It could be an off track. I know they're getting a lot of rain down there in New Orleans. So could be an off track. So make sure you factor that into your handicapping. They're going 1.8 miles on the dirt. Again, it could be sloppy dirt or wet track. So let's look at each one of these horses. Should be a very, very competitive field of 13. A lot of 13s. February 13th, race number 13, field of 13. Man, if you're a numbers player, you're a little superstitious like that. I don't know, who's the 13th horse? 13th horse. Right and Just. Keep Right and Just in mind, just from a number perspective. All right, let's start with number 1, though. Star in My Dreams, Dallas Stewart horse, undefeated, 2 for 2, but it hasn't raced since November at Churchill. So these young horses, maybe that rest is good for these young horses. But traditionally, Dallas Stewart doesn't do well off a layoff, so I'm not sure about this one. Number 2, Proxy. Number 2, Proxy, early speed horse, did really well in the Lecomte last time. Ran second behind Midnight Bourbon, so trainer Michael Stidham's a good trainer. A really consistent horse at Fairgrounds, so definitely use this horse in your exotics, if not a win wager. Number 2, Proxy. Number 3, Beep Beep. Another early speed horse. You're going to hear me say that a lot of early speed here on paper. 20 to 1, should be gunning for the lead, but it's a true long shot, is the number 3, Beep Beep. Number 4, Carrillo, I believe is how you say it. Number 4 is trained by Tom Amos, coming in from Aqueduct, where its one and only start, so that's a good thing. So if you're looking for some new blood to get to have a shot against some of these other more established horses, then number 4, Carrillo, might be the one at a decent price. I'm curious to see how this horse does. Number 4, Senor Biscotto, I believe is how you say it, is coming in from Remington Park. It's undefeated. Could be an ideal horse to use underneath. Or even for a win bet if you think there's a lot of early speed horses in this race. So this is a good off the pace horse to use. A lot of them might be coming off the pace, but this might be one of the best closers in the race. The number 5, Senor Biscotto. Number 6, Midnight Bourbon, is the Lecomte winner. What's very interesting here, this horse won the Lecomte. A nice race, a Derby prep race, but it's 6 to 1 morning line, so it's not getting that much respect, in my opinion. It's trained by Steve Asmussen, rode by Joe Talamo. Man, I don't know. I think there's some value there at 6 to 1. I know it's a big field, competitive field, but man, 6 to 1 on the Lecomte winner. I don't know. I might be all taking advantage of that if it stays around those odds. Number 7, Old Bezos, moving up in class, stretching out, along with other factors that make me want to pass on the number 7 horse. Then we got the number 8 horse, big old 50 to 1 shot, Sermon on the Mount. It's 2 for 2 at Delta Downs, but this ain't Delta Downs. And it's not going to be racing against Delta Down horses here. So I'm going to pass on number 8, Sermon on the Mount. Number 9, Defeater. Coming off the pace, another closer. So if you like closers, there we go. For Tom Amos, is training this one too. It's 1 for 1. Has to improve dramatically here, I think. But what's interesting is the jockey James Graham. Of course, him and Tom Amos, they have this connection. I mean, rides for Tom Amos all the time, so I understand that. But James Graham has been riding the number 10 Santa Cruiser, which, in the Lecomte, I was very disappointed in that horse. And quite frankly, the ride that James Graham gave it, that horse should have been out front. There's no way I thought this horse would have broke dead last, coming off the pace. So, but anyway, James Graham is now riding number 9, so which makes sense because he rides for Tom Amos all the time. But I think it frees up Santa Cruiser to maybe have a decent race. The number 10 Santa Cruiser, again, had all that head scratching ride and trip the last time in the Lecomte. Still got 4th, but that definitely is not the horse's running style, running off the pace like that. It should be up front. So it should be up front today, 15 to 1. Like that Santa Cruiser, number 10. I'm willing to give that another shot if it runs its race back to its running style. So kind of glad James Graham got off board this one and went to the number 9 defeater. Number 11, Mandaloon. 9 to 2 for Connections Brad Cox and Florent Giroux. We don't hardly ever get that anymore, folks. 9 to 2 morning line. It was 3rd in the Lecomte. I know it burned a lot of money and disappointed a lot of people, but hey, if those odds fluctuate, now it's in your favor. They tilted in your favor, those odds, at 9 to 2 or somewhere around there, 4 to 1, 7 to 2. I think this is a good bet, number 11, Mandaloon. Should that pace is going to be hot probably. This horse is going to set off that pace a little bit, but not too far. And I have all the confidence in the world in these connections. And it's rare that we're going to get a decent price on these connections these days, as successful as they've been. Number 12, Keep Me in Mind. Hasn't raced since November 28th at Churchill. I'm anxious to see how much money this horse gets on the tote board. How much smart money comes in on this horse. It's 3 to 1 morning line. Certainly a contender. And number 13, Right and Just. 2-race winning streak. And if you're very superstitious, the fact that this race is on February 13th, it's race number 13 with a field of 13. It's up to you if you play like that. So I'm going to be curious just to see how that factors in, but I doubt it. Now, how am I going to bet the 2021 Lecomte? The Risen Star at Fairgrounds. This is going to be a fun race, a fun competitive race. You got all kinds of horses in here, evenly matched, good odds. So you're probably going to get paid no matter what horse you have. And if you can link up some exotics and some exactas or something, you're going to get paid. It's going to be good, whether it's on the slop or fast track. It's going to be party time down in New Orleans if you could cash a ticket in this Risen Star. Now, there's 2 philosophies. Do you bet heavy when it's this many horses and you don't have that much opinion? Or do you get cautious when it's this many horses and they're all evenly matched? So there's 2 schools of thought. My philosophy is always bet a little to win a lot, especially in big fields. If you have some opinions, you never know, right? Because it's so evenly matched. This race, it looks like it's wide open, but the payouts could be really good. So your risk is going to get compensated, if you're right, by the rewards. Because so many horses in this race, so many evenly matched, decent odds horses, there's no true heavy favorite, clear favorite. So a lot of these combinations are going to pay pretty well. So if you're right, if you have an opinion, I would say at least put some on it. Don't be afraid to bet some exacta combinations and bet whatever horse that you're confident in. I think we're going to have a lot of pace. The 10, the 13, the 2, the 3, the 1, they're all going to be up front. The 6 is going to be right up there too, maybe just off a little bit. So do you go with those early speed horses? Again, that would be the 1, the 2, the 3, the 10, and the 13. Or do you think they're going to wear each other out, so you're going to prefer a horse coming off the pace, horses or closers such as the 5, the 8, the 9, the 12, the 4, the 7, the 11. So this is all part of the puzzle, which makes it so much fun. So how am I going to bet it? I'm going to try to use some of those theories and some of that pace handicapping and some of the odds in my favors kind of theories, and give horses other chances that got a raw deal last time out. So putting all that together, I like number 11, Mandaloon. I think and with that trainer, Brad Cox, yeah, it came in third. I think it was in the Lecomte, but it could bounce back. That's for sure. It's not going to be a great price. I like the number 5, Senor Pescador. From a pure pace collapse scenario, I think this horse could get it done. I'm also going to have a big exacta box. Usually don't box too many. When I do box horses, about 3 is all I do. This time I'm going to box 5 horses. The 2, the 5, the 10, which is Santa Cruiser, and the 11. So hopefully those combinations could win. I'm also going to put another exacta part wheel, the 5 and 11, over the 2, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12. So those horses, again, are the 11 Mandaloon, the number 5 Senor Pescador, the 2. So those are my win in the win position. And underneath, have to come in second, would be the 2 Proxy. I'm going to have 5 underneath just in case. It comes in second. Number 6, Midnight Bourbon. Number 10, Santa Cruiser. Number 11, Mandaloon. And number 12, Keep Me in Mind. Hopefully Keep Me in Mind stays out of the top 2 because I can bump up the prices. But hey, it's anybody's ball game. This is going to be such a wide open competitive race. I can't wait to watch it. Hopefully too many horses don't get scratched by the weather if it's an off track. And hopefully we can keep a pretty large field. But it should be a chaotic, hectic race. I'm not very confident at all in these selections and these tickets because it could be so chaotic, right? You got some of these lightly race horses, these Tom Maidens horses might jump up and have a really good race. So you just don't know. So that's why it's important to bet smart, bet within your means, only bet combinations that are offering value, and horses in the win position that are offering value. So it should be a very interesting race. Will these horses on the front end wear each other out, which sets it up for one or two horses that are coming from off the pace, or will the horses up front prevail? You just never know. So it's going to be so much fun to watch. I can't wait to watch it. Can't wait to bet it. And it's anybody's ball game. So I would love to hear who you're going to pick in this year's Risen Star at Fairgrounds. Remember, it's race number 13th on February 13th. They're going a mile and an eighth. It's on the road to the Kentucky Derby. Leave a comment who you like and some of the plays that you might play. And until next time, happy handicapping, smart wagering.